How is it going then, everybody? I hope you're all doing very well. Welcome to another video here on the channel. I'm the FIFA Analyst. Today, we are going to be talking to you guys about how you can make a comeback in FUT Champs. This is part of the Road to Glory. I'm going to kind of go through and look at a game this weekend where we were 13-0, and this game starts to go against us and what we do to try and come back into it. So we're going to break the gameplay down, highlight what we did wrong first of all, and then what we did right to hopefully help you guys improve at FIFA. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. You can also subscribe to the channel. We do also stream our games over on Facebook Gaming. The link's in the description for that. If you guys are interested, let's go ahead and jump into it. So the first thing that we wanted to look at is obviously the opponent's team, which we've got on screen for you. He's got Lloris in goal, Gomez, Walker, Varane, Mendy, Dembele, Saint-Maximin, Paulinho, Talisca, Allen, and Neymar. So a very, very solid side. The only difference is here is that there's not an out-and-out striker. You know, Neymar's best played as a cam. Paulinho and Allen together are good. Allen on stay back while attacking, Paulinho balanced, and then maybe Talisca as a cam or as a striker. Obviously, looking at the team, the way it lines up, it's kind of working out who he's going to play up front. Maximin and Dembele is obviously very good. We're trying to identify how we might lay this up. I was thinking a typical 4-2-3-1, but we'll see how it is when we get into the game. So, jumping into the game, you have to bear with me. I've got me behind me, essentially. We're going to concede the first goal very few minutes in. Now, the first thing that I wanted to identify is to look and see what the opposition is playing. Now, this isn't something that I say picked up there and then. I think I picked it up in about the 20th minute mark. But this is one thing we want to try and look at when you do jump into a game to give yourself that bit of intel. We knew we had a bit of a unique team in a sense. And it's the fact that he's playing the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. I am playing the 4-2-3-1. We did a formation video on it yesterday. And that obviously means that we change up our play style based on that. We are definitely going to have a lot of room out on, you know, the right-hand side, on the left-hand side down here, because that's obviously where we can exploit. I didn't really spot that there and then, though, but Pogba makes a bad pass here. I wanted him to take it on his right foot, so it was a little bit disappointing. But 4 minutes into the game, to give the ball away in that sort of area, which is one thing I always talk about, was quite cheap for me. I wanted to take the touch and then play it off with the right foot. I could have gone back into the Mbappe should I wish to. Now, this is where I'm going to let this play out before we go back and analyse it. This is where the opponent goes 1-0 up. Saint-Maximin coming through, finding the back of the net. Very, very good goal. Now, where did the mistake come from? First of all, I grabbed my Kante. This is something I talked to you guys a lot this year about doing. It's very crucial to come and move your centre mid yourself, your centre defensive mid, to come back and track and cover. I think it's really, really useful. If not, as you'll see from Pogba, they don't really get involved. They don't come and track themselves. Now, this is where, though, I feel like I make the little bit of a mistake. Now, I'm thinking he might want to look for the ball in behind here. I want to go and grab my long lay, and I want to pull the long lay to the opponent, right? Probably bad on my end, because what that's then doing is actually giving the opponent this massive space to run into, which is a little bit of an error. Now, he goes back in, which is where the problem comes. He lays that pass back there. Saint-Maximin makes a run in behind. But now look at my team shape. This is something that I always talk about in our coaching sessions, is the fact that the team shape should look like so. However, it's not, because obviously, who's meant to be there? Longley. He's out of position. So that's where the issue first comes. Look at Longley step up. That then means he gets into a brilliant area, which I always talk about, which is beating through the midfield line. If you can get past the midfield line and get onto the defensive line, that's where the issues, that's where the problems will come for the defender. And he does that exactly, finds a Saint-Maximin and gets a goal. So disappointing from my end, pulling that defender out. Now, just to go over that, this isn't something that I'm saying we should never do. I'm quite an aggressive defender myself. It's something that I do like doing. So it's not something I'm saying don't ever do, but we have to be particular about when we do it. Early on in the game, 4 minutes in, we don't want to give up any silly goals, which is exactly what I did there. So one of the mistakes that I kept making in this game, knowing that the opponent was playing the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, was picking up the ball and trying to be in a little bit too direct myself. I was panicking because I was 1-0 down. Now, this pass here with Pogba, originally, you might look at it and go, this isn't a problem. But to me, it is a little bit, because we look at it and we say, right, the pass forward, we want to go there. However, look at where the opponent is. He's kind of in that sort of area to come and cover the passing lane. So I had to be very careful with that. I got quite lucky here. I wanted to try and and get back into the game. Mentality was getting a little bit, I'm 13-0. I don't want to take a silly loss. This is one thing here that I'll talk to you about as well, which you guys can use to your advantage, which is the running fake shot. I always talk about it. When the opponent is touch tight to you, like he is, it's really, really easy for you to hold on Xbox. It's RT, and then I do X and A. On PlayStation, R2, and then square and X, excuse the handwriting there, and you want to do it in towards the goal. So you push the left hand stick, hold the sprint button, execute the fake shot, and just evade the defender. This is Kyle Walker. Obviously he's very quick, he's very good. Dembele's quick but hasn't got the strength. That's why he keeps excuse me, that's why he keeps up with me there. Bless me. And then I get past him here, which was good. However, in this particular area, I actually feel like a low-driven pass, so an RBA or an R1X on PlayStation would have been better. Or may, I don't know, to be fair. I look at it now and I'm thinking, maybe is it just a bad cross from Dembele, but we get into a really, really good position, but the goalkeeper does manage to get a hand on it. So we've created a good chance there that could have gone in another game. Now I'll go ahead and whip the ball in, and the opponent is going to get the ball back. Now, what exactly is he going to do? Because he's playing the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, we know his play style. He wants to go forward and be direct. I pull the Kante out of position and then look at my Semedo. We'll go back and look at that movement in a minute. He plays a through ball, which is so deadly, gets in behind with Dembele, and then Dembele slots that in at the near post. I did try and move the keeper to stop that, but again, this is my error. This is poor defending. I'm trying to use the right stick switch, which you can see with Semedo. You can see actually that Longley steps out of position ever so slightly. He pushes up like that. Now that there has caused the biggest error. I shouldn't have gone over with Semedo. What I should have spotted at the time is that Longley's moved out of position, but my head was thinking he's going to go down the wing with Mendy. I expected Longley to keep covering in the middle, but again, what does it go back to? How he conceded the first goal? Look at the team shape. Look at the defensive team shape. It should not look like that. It should instead look like Semedo, Longley, Gomez, and then Mendy. Caught out of shape. That's how he goes in and gets behind, gets a goal. Really, really effective from the opponent. Poor for me. 2 sloppy goals, in my opinion. Very effective for the opponent with the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, but I definitely should have done better. Now it's 2-0 down. I'm starting to panic. I'm starting to think I need to get a goal back. I need to be the man to get the next goal. Don't do that. Keep yourself calm. Keep yourself composed. It's something I need to work on. Something I need to do better. So obviously we're going to try ahead and see if we can get back into the game. So what you will find happens when you are trying to get back into the game, you rush opportunities that you don't need to rush. I picked the ball up here from a throw-in and I passed the ball to Kante. I then try and be direct. I said to myself at half-time, I need to find the pass into the box more often. However, I go and try and play this pass to Pogba. This is Kante. Kante's not the best passer of the ball. He's currently covering with Allen. What will he do, which is good defending from him? There's no threat here. Varane's kind of covering the Mbappe. The next logical pass that I'm probably going to look for is that Pogba. So what does he do? He says, all right, I'm going to move my Allen over and I'm going to intercept that pass. I've got all the time in the world here. I can take my time. I can maybe tap the R1 button and tell Mbappe to come short, whatever I wanted to do, but I just need to be calm. We know he's very good on the counter-attack. That's the play style that he's playing. I play that pass, look at the opponent's cursor, that's who he's controlling. Very poor for me. How does this result in me conceding from me doing that exactly? He comes forward again, Mendy and Longley. I tried to play him offside once I realised I was caught out of position. I didn't move the keeper in this one. I just thought I'd bring him out, and he is now 3-0 up. Going through my mind now, I'm thinking I need to change something. I already switched to the 4-4-2 at halftime. So we go ahead and switch to the 3 at the back formation. I discussed this formation and tactics in yesterday's video, so you can give that a watch should you wish to. But I needed to change something. So I changed to the 3 at the back, and we want to come out, we want to suffocate him, and we want to try and get ourselves back into the game. So now, this is the crucial part of the video. How are you going to get back into the game? You have to trust yourself when you're defending. I know for a fact that this guy is going to carry on hitting me on the counter. That's all he needs to do. He doesn't need to change up anything. He's been doing very well on that. But I know that I've defended badly. I've pulled players out of position. They're all my fault and my responsibility. Have come from my mistakes. So I kind of had a word with myself in my head, and I've said it on stream. Stay calm, stay composed. Don't do what you've been doing, pull them out of position. Keep those guys goal side, and you need to press with your midfielders and with your attackers. I have Kante and 3 defenders to defend his counter-attack. So as you can see here, we're on constant pressure, we're on team pressure. We win the ball up, a little double tap pass. I try and hit it first time, and we get a little bit fortunate with the goal, but it's still a goal. Now you can see we have boxed him in, we've pushed him in, he's got no options. That's the 3 at the back, and this is what we're going to use to get back into the game. Now here, I could have gone, to be honest, it's probably bad for mine, into Pogba and then into Mbappe, but I decided to go for the double tap pass, and that's why I do a Y for a through ball. They loft it in the air ever so slightly, triangle on PlayStation. So nice and easy. Mbappe does get lucky, as I said, but that gives us the hope now, 3-1. I don't change tactics, I don't change anything. I keep it at 3 at the back, and we're going to go ahead and try and get a second goal. So then, we're at the 3 at the back. We've got men going forward. We've got options. Keep yourself calm and attack. Don't panic. It's the 68th minute. We'll go ahead and we find the Mendy out on the wing. That's where the 3 at the back is coming clutch up for us. You can see the amount of men we've got through the middle. You can see how his Kyle Walker is preoccupied with the Pogba, who's made the run forward, who's our centre mid, freeing up a load of space on this left-hand side for Mendy. So when we pick up the ball here, I don't rush anything. I don't panic. I don't try and go to a player in the middle that's already got loads of men around him. I go right out wide to the guy that's got loads of time on the ball to assess the situation. Now, this here isn't something I'd say to you do all the time, but I felt like so far in this game, I kept trying to get into this sort of area, and I never really tried too many crosses. We saw it in the first half, but there was other scenarios where I just ran to the byline and messed it up. So I went for an Analyst Cross, as I call it. This is where I hold RB and I do XX on PlayStation, R1 square. It just whips it in. It keeps it a little bit closer to the ground, but not directly in the air or not directly on the ground. It's kind of, you know, the best of both worlds. Mbappe hits it, not Mbappe, sorry, Ronaldo hits it on the volley. Now, I make a mistake here, actually. I decided to change from the 3 at the back to the 4-4-2, so my attacking formation. I felt like I've got 2 goals now. I want to be a little bit calmer in defence. I want to have more men back, and I still believe that I could get the goal with a 4-4-2. However, in hindsight, the guy was struggling so much against the 3 at the back. You can see here I'm still on the 3 at the back, and he was, he was struggling to get out, and he was struggling to get into areas, to go ahead and get the goals. So I should have stuck with it and backed my ability to defend. I had the word with myself. I knew what I needed to do, but instead I go ahead and change it. What does that result in? It actually results in me now for the next 10-15 minutes not doing anything. I couldn't create any other chances. I couldn't get the ball into the back of the net, and we still need a goal to even go to extra time. So that was an error on my part. I should have stuck with it a little bit longer and believe myself. You can see here now it's changed to the 4-4-2. Mendy at left back, Ronaldo and Mbappe up front, Zahara on the right hand side, which I definitely shouldn't have done. I still get into areas, but I mess it up in that scenario. So just keep saying to yourself, you've not done anything wrong. I switched back to the 3 at the back here. You've not done anything that's drastically wrong so far now in the second half. Keep yourself calm and composed. No, you're gonna get another chance. I constantly remind you guys of it. You're going to get another chance. And how does that chance come up for us? This is where we have to have essentially ice in the veins, as the saying goes. Giving the ball away there, bad error from me. Obviously, he's on the team press. He gives me one last chance. He shouldn't have done that. He had to just hold on to the ball. Pogba drives forward. I'm not going to do anything stupid here. I'm just holding onto the ball, waiting, play a double tap pass through ball. Don't trust the shot. Fake shot stop. Mbappe bangs that one in. That all came from him giving the ball away here. Bad for me there with Kante, as I said. But this is a silly error from the opponent. Believing, knowing, constantly reminding yourself you will get another chance. And when that chance comes, back yourself and be calm and composed. So here, I don't want to go for the shot across goal. I don't quite trust it because you've got the Varane, obviously just running in, and he's going to cover that. Laurie starts coming out as well. Fake shot stop. How do you do this? You just do a fake shot and let go of the left hand log stick, or you can hold R1, RB, and do the fake shot, and then that will find that man. I didn't want to take a touch. I didn't trust myself. I just thought, I got to hit this. I got to bank on it. And luckily enough, we find it. So obviously we go in at the end of the 90 minutes now, and we're just kind of feeling confident. We feel like we're the one on top form now. He was 3-0 up. We've managed to pull it back to 3-3. He's the one that's going to be panicking and going to be concerned. I did switch back to my 4. I went into the 4-4-2 actually instead of the 4-2-3-1. Obviously, I didn't want to stay with a 3 at the back because it's aggressive. You can see the stamina's drained on the opponent. I don't want to take any unnecessary risks. So let's just quickly go ahead and look at the halftime stats at the end of extra time, because we definitely had a close game, but I still felt like we had the upper hand. I felt like the opponent was just looking for that counter attack, so I just had to keep reminding myself, be calm. So you can see this here with the team on the right. We've had less of the ball, we've had low pass accuracy, 7 shots, 6 on target. We've had some good chances in this game, but we haven't, made the most of it in the certain areas. So how do we finish off? We go all the way to penalties, and I'll just show you the penalties before we end it for you. Penalties is not one of my strongest points on FIFA. I've always explained this. One of the things that you'll find people do is, because they're nervous, they start off with a shot down the middle, and we obviously make a bad penalty there. That was bad from my end, but he went down the middle, and now we've got to think, where is he going to go when he goes the exact same way with us? One of the things that I've been doing recently, which you'll talk a lot of pro players do it. So you see how he's moved from, he went to this way and then he moved the goalkeeper back over to this way, and a lot of pros talk about this. They will move that way, right? And then they'll have, say, the goalkeeper here, but then they'll dive this way, hoping that you won't put it right in the corner. You'll only put it there. What it means is that even if you put it down the middle, they'll save it. If you put it there, their legs may save it, but if you put it there, they will save it. Any further than that, they won't save it. I think it's a risky technique. So what I've been doing is taking my penalties, waiting to see if they move the keeper, and then if they do, I go the way that they moved them originally. And that's how I've kind of been doing my penalty shootouts a little bit recently. So yeah, we line up, we just know we've saved 3, we just have to make sure we score ours, and as long as we do that, keep an eye on the head movement. You can see there, that's what I mean by if they put it right in the corner, it won't work. You can just see, prime example, I move him over. If he hits it here, I may save it with my legs. If he hits it in the middle, I will save it with my legs. If he hits it there, I've saved it. Any further than that, which is what he does, I won't save it. So you can just see exactly how he does it. It's a cracking penalty from him right in the side netting. And obviously, he's not hit the ball into the back of the net on everyone. And we get a little bit lucky there. You probably should have saved that one. But we managed to do it, and that's how we turn it round. So to kind of round it up, believe in yourself if you go a few goals down. Remember to change the tactics and change techniques. Take your time on the ball. Don't rush. I'd still rushed in that certain game there. I probably should have done better. Spot the opponent's weakness. What are they doing? He's playing the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. We knew we had to spot that earlier and how we had to defend against it. And that's kind of the advice on the road to glory. And that puts it at 14-0 on how you can turn around a game if you believe in yourself. If you enjoyed this video, bit of a different approach on this one, give it a like. Let me know your thoughts down below. I do appreciate you guys watching it. Thank you all very much for your time, and I'll speak to you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.